Hi everyone, this is Angela of Anjali Mudra Yoga in St. Dorothy, Laval. Today I have Alyssa who's going to help me show pigeon pose. So pigeon pose is one with the knee forward. And I just want to give you a little bit of anatomy of the knee first. So you can see this picture. This is the Kappanji that I always use. Extremely useful. So here this is demonstrating the range of motion of the knee. So there's a combined movement in pigeon, which is a rotation at the hip. And you probably can't see, but the natural amplitude of this movement is 60 degrees, which is, it's probably, 60 degrees is a normal range of motion, and we probably see people going a lot deeper into pigeon. So that's just to say that, you know, if your range of motion is between 0 and 60, this is a completely normal range of motion, actually. Second movement of pigeon is the movement of the foot, which is an inversion of the foot. The amplitude of that movement is 45 degrees, but that's just the foot movement, okay? And then the third thing I wanted to show you is actually what the knee looks like. Okay, so we see a lot of complicated ligaments that protect the knee in front, in back, and on both sides. Those can be damaged typically when we're doing a very forceful movement, usually a torquing movement of the knee. So what a torque is when the upper part of the leg is going one way, the lower part of the leg is going another way, then it creates a torque on the knee. And then you can also see here what the mysterious meniscus looks like, okay? So this is the center of your knee. Okay, so you see these ligaments on the right and the left. Actually, this is the meniscus on the right and the left. Now, meniscus can be worn down over time. Again, usually from a torquing action or from a misalignment, so either if you're putting a lot of pressure on the inside or the outside of the foot, the meniscus can wear down. But what happens is that the meniscus does not have any innervation. So you don't feel this until, I want to say it's too late, and then you start to affect the middle of the two meniscus, and that's where all the innervation is. And when you get to damaging that part of the knee, then there's pain, a lot of pain. So I'm going to teach you how to do pigeon in a way that's going to minimize the torque and stay in your natural range of motion so that we don't either wear the meniscus or the ligaments, and we never have to get to the pain portion of the innervation in the middle of the meniscus. Now, of course, you do things in your daily life that affect the knee. So, you know, I mean, usually yoga helps you to be mindful of how your posture is and how you're walking to help you improve the rest of your habits. But particularly when we're in a yoga class, we want to know how to protect ourselves. And the purpose of this video really is so that you know your own body in this posture, and then when you go to other classes or you practice it at home, you know how to do it safely. So I'm going to get Alyssa to go from a downward dog. So we're going to start with the right leg, and we're going to lift the right leg, bend the knee, and just let the knee drop between the hands. So that's the only instruction. Knee comes between the hands. Okay. And then the left leg goes back. All right, so Alyssa made already one common mistake, which was to walk this leg further back. So come back, go from your downward dog again, okay? Now the only instruction is lift the knee, lift the leg, bend the knee, and bring the knee in between the hands. That's it. That's it. This is your pigeon. You can straighten the front of the back foot onto the ground. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's your pigeon, okay? she wants to come further because she's able to. Okay. So this is where we start with Pigeon. The reason why is because she's come into the natural amplitude of the knee and the natural amplitude of the foot. Okay? And then she can come down, rest her forearms on the ground. And this is the Pigeon. Okay? This is the safest way to do Pigeon. If you come up again a little bit, if you make any adjustments, walking the back leg back, the only thing that's changing, just do it really slightly, walk the back leg back, okay? The only thing that's changing is the torque on the knee. That's the only thing that's changing. So if you're a beginner and, you know, most of us have, like I said, little sensation of the knee, this is where our Pigeon is, okay? And then to come out, bring your elbows, bend your elbows slightly, push into the hands, back into downward dog. Yeah. And then we'll do the other side. So bend the knee, bring the knee into in between the hands. Perfect. Now, the only thing that I might do different, okay, so now go back into the downward dog. Now the instruction is going to be, you're going to bring the knee between the hands, and if the foot can go to the opposite side, that's the only instruction, okay? But you see she did a little wiggle again. So go back, do it again without the wiggle. So you can, that's it, but don't wiggle anymore, just there, yeah. Okay, so you see this is where her natural amplitude is. She can probably get a lot more amplitude if she wiggled either the foot forward or the leg back. But again, the only difference would be that it would be torquing the knee. It's not going to stretch you more. It's not going to get more out of the posture. It's only going to affect the knee. So that's how we properly and safely do Pigeon. And then again, to come out of it, bend the elbows, push into the hands, back into downward dog, and then you can rest in child's pose. So if you're doing this practice at home, or you're in other classes, or you see the person next to you going a lot further, just hold yourself back a little bit and remember the natural range of motion, the anatomy of the knee, and just protect yourself. So that's